and Jason Hunter. The request was denied by the clerk. Ms. Chalella denied the request. She claimed that the request was not detailed enough. For the sake of transparency, I am asking you to tell the public the contents of that exchange between you and the former VA. I know that it is hard to memorize every email we send out and receive, so I will give you the details of the email to help you remembering. You may want to take some notes. The email was sent from Jason Gunter to Sean Longfellow, CC Alicia M., Colette B., Joanne Gagnelli, and Susie Barone. The email was sent on January 18 at 8:47. The subject, capital zoning vehicles. The email contains 2 paragraphs directed to Colette and Sean. You replied to that email exactly 2 hours later at 10:47. There are no attorney attached to the email, therefore it is not attorney-client privilege. I have a third item to address, but I believe I'm running out of time on my 5 minutes. I will be back for a later meeting for that. Mr. Longfellow, if you have the email for me at that meeting, I'll take it. If you change your mind or if you want to send it to me, Mr. Chalella has my contact information. Good luck.
All right, thank you. The position will be posted. We're not going to make any comments on former employees or open lawsuits. And I don't know the email you're referencing, but I can certainly look at it. Next. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Council President.
Good evening.
Mayor, rest of the council. My name is Harry Gold. I used to live in Washington Township. I own property, and I live immediately. On yesterday, 6/28, I brought some packets, or I had some packets brought to the clerk. I trust you guys got them.
Yeah, I'll just have, we got the packets. Just to let you know, some of us did not get them until today. So what you're referencing them, we may not understand. So I'm just.
Most of it was redundant Oprah accounts, but there weren't. There's no information in there. I just put them in there to show you there wasn't. It's
I
not.
have the package, I have reviewed it, and if you'd like to go over it, certainly I want to give you your time.
I wanted to go over the main points.
Absolutely. By the way, thank you. It's a very concise, organized package. We don't typically get that, so I appreciate that.
I put some effort into it, but I'm not sure how correct it is.
I said it was correct. I said it was very concise and organized.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm here about a building that was built on 363 Pittman Downer Road. The building is 25,000 square feet, about. I've been to John DeStefano. I've been to see Agnes. I've been to the zoning board. They told me to hire a lawyer, so here I am. The Oprah request, the only one that had anything that showed much, said that it was a temporary structure, and it wasn't even on the same lot. Now, it is possible to put up a building without a permit, but the building I'm bringing to light is in the zoning chairman's backyard, and the building inspector has received money from the same company, from the same people that own that company. So it paints a disturbing picture. I'll quickly go over the zoning violations as I understand them. It was deemed a temporary structure. It's concrete and steel, and it has its own 3-phase power electric pole that was installed specifically for that. That is the opposite of temporary. It's across 4 lots at least. There were no variances, no public notifications. It's too close to the road. In front of it is an 8-foot tall, 2-foot thick, quarter-mile long concrete wall that has no permits or zoning of any sort. There are no taxes paid. There are no sidewalks, no curbing, no drainage, no zoning, or no retention pond. any of the other things that even the liquor hut had to go through to put up a little shed behind their spot, all of that was skipped. The zoning officer Pellegrino said that Joe Marcucci had retired, there's nothing he could do. On the zoning board meeting, Nick Silvio said that I should hire a lawyer. The building doesn't have any engineered drawings. There's a new electrical service to it. People familiar with the project that didn't want to be named, but there's no rebar in the footings, and one of them cracked even while they were putting the building up. So maybe from top to bottom, it doesn't have, it seems like nothing was followed from beginning to end. From the packets itself, I tried my best with help from others to explain it, but all in short, everything was skipped. So I'm not exactly sure what to do from this point. I know construction and zoning, you can go up to the state level and go beyond that, but I thought it could get solved before it just keeps going to the government, and the taxpayers pay even more. Do any of you have any questions for me about the packet or any of the information that's in it? Or am I supposed to sit first?
So, Council President, thank you for address. So, I'm Stuart Clement, Council Attorney, how are you? Again, thank you for the package. I've directed our BA sitting next to me, Colette, to distribute your package to the construction code official and to the zoning officer.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we've already talked to them in length, and they have.
If you let me finish, I think I may answer your questions. In my investigation on this matter, I do know the following, that a number of construction code violations have been issued against the owner of the property that you're indicating here, as well as zoning officer zoning permit violations as well. Those violations are in municipal court. In addition, on the issue of the construction official, you said something about money, or if there was money lent or something, you made a reference there.
That's information's in there.
Yeah, I saw that there's a mortgage or something.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who the parties are, but the construction code official, in an abundance of caution, he's not suggesting there's any problems, because he has issued the violation notices. He has recused himself any further in this matter, and the matter has now been referred to, it happens a lot in many towns, to a conflict construction code official. We typically use Deptford Township. So violations have been issued. Our construction code official has now recused himself. And it's my understanding also that the applicant or the property owner has or will be making an application to our development review committee to get whatever issues straightened out that have to be straightened out. But there are several things going on. So there's construction code violations, there's zoning violations. That's the enforcement authority of this township has acted on this, and they're moving forward with the construction and zoning violations to municipal court. Obviously, the matter's pending municipal court. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty, obviously. So that's what we're doing here. And the property owner is going to have to respond in court, at the planning board, at the zoning board, or wherever it goes at this point. So that's really as far as I can tell you at this point, that the township and its enforcement authorities have been acting on this and are moving ahead with the violation notices.
Innocent until proven guilty would be likely. The building exists, and there's no paperwork on it.
Well, again,
It's being used.
sir, violation notices have been issued, court summonses have been issued.
Okay.
Thanks for putting everything together for us, We'll continue to look into it.
Is there someone I can reach out to besides John DeStefano or the zoning officer?
Well, I'm happy to talk to you at any time. We can talk here, we can talk after the meeting, you can call me at any time. But what I'm telling you is everything that I know up to this point. If there's a violation of our construction code, permits, zoning code permits, then the enforcement arm of this township does what it always does. It issues some violation to go to municipal court. And that's where we're at this point.
And I can contact you to stay abroad with.
Absolutely, and we will keep you up to date. and I will contact the prosecutor, or municipal prosecutor, to find out where the cases are at any particular time.
Thank you very much.
Be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Come on, sir.
Walt McConnell, 13 Olmsted Drive, School. This is the third time I'm here about the noise coming off of the roller ice hockey rink at Hollydale. Now, we've been here, I don't know, this is an ongoing thing for 7 months. We've gone through all the hoops, talked to everybody about it. We talked to Remington and Burnett last month. She said that they were going to do something. Well, another month. Now, we didn't want to go to the chief. I talked to the chief tonight, and he's going to see if he can cite them for a noise violation. But it's a zoning violation, a noise violation, and now I think it's become a nuisance violation. So I don't know how you can get the guy's attention. And Nina Hogan spoke with them supposedly in April. So everybody's been notified. They know it, you know it, but nothing's being done. So we talked to her last month, and we're going to put trees up, maybe we're going to put a roof up. Well, guess what they've done? Nothing. So by the time they get to do anything, our summer's going to be over. So what I'd like, I don't know if you guys can do this, but I'd like to see some assist order on that. And if his ice rink turns to a pool, maybe he'll understand that it's bothering our neighborhood. So I don't know if you guys, I don't know how you go about that, whether you guys do it, or it's a legal process, or you guys could just send them some sort of a letter that notifies him. But we're getting nothing. Our summer's going to be over. Now we came over in December 11th, before December, and then December 11th we met with Remington and Vernon and said, well, you know, we're not outside for the summer, you know, all winter. It's pretty, you know, quiet then, but we gave them 5, 6, 7 months and nothing's happening. So I hope that I could, you send a cease and desist order to them, or the chief's gonna go over and maybe have one of his people, see what the noise is. We've been told different numbers, but I would hope that you guys could do that, and, you know, these people have pools right out next to there, they have to sit out there and listen to this.
Sir, did you follow up with Anita at all, with the Chico business card to call her about?
I've talked to her twice. I talked to Jay Petrangelo. I was in front of the zoning board. I talked to Agnes Pellegrino. They had no idea what I was talking about. I don't know, is there a person that fixes these problems? I mean, or everybody, you know, pointing the other direction? I don't know. You know, I would have thought it was a Nina problem, but it's really, I don't know that it's actually under her or the other, there's another guy on the board there for environmental stuff. So, but he was supposed to fix it, and we've got nothing, so thank you if you can.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is look into it. She may have a resolution. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here with us tonight. So let me find out what she's done since then. And I know Pat's gonna send his people out there. I think that's the best. We need evidence to show that it's a problem before we can send a cease and desist order, in my opinion. So let's go get that evidence. Let's find out what's going on with it out there. Let's find out what mitigation efforts are going to be taken. If they've ordered stuff, if they're planning stuff. And I don't know if I have your number, but I can touch base with Mr. Rizzi in the back, because I've known him since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'll touch base with him, and maybe you guys can coordinate with your neighbors. So we'll figure that out.
I touched base with Anita about this from when you and I had first spoken at the zoning board meeting, and you know, basically the information she had provided to me about a month ago, like you said, was trying to work with them to come up with ways to, you know, quiet the machinery a little bit, move like trees, like fence, something along those lines. I'd like to find out from her what the timeline was on that, because if it is, we can't take all I understand.
Well, we thought, you know, be a nice neighbor and try to get it done civilly. We could have had the chief go out there and say that 6 months ago, but, you know, thought we're just trying to get it done, but it's not. So,
Fortunately, sometimes you need to stay. So,
well, yeah, well, obviously, yeah, so.
yes, sir.
Anderson, Whitman Square. So I wanted to know if there was any update on the lighting by the school, Whitman School?
I haven't gotten an email. I've gotten,
But it was supposed to be moving
Oh, was
forward.
that what it was?
Yeah, it was supposed to be moving forward with that, it just hasn't been installed yet, so we haven't got an update any further, but that is moving forward.
Who does this? Does
City
it
City Electric.
Electric? Okay. Is there any way we can find out?
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah, I mean, they just emailed us well, the last couple of
It
weeks.
wasn't
That's
that
how I
long ago.
knew
It was
was.
before right before the
It was
last
already
meeting.
in process.
All right.
When we were at last meeting.
Good enough, I'll check back in.
Well, just, you also can call her secretary, make sure they agree or something.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public? Sir?
My name is Jason Gould, I'm Eric's brother. The issue of the building being there is one thing. I'd like to ask you guys how you're going to address the fact that the chairman of your zoning board built that big of a building without following the rules.
Sir, can
And
we first
also-
have your name and your address?
Jason Galoli,
Your address, please?
61 Kirk Mantle Road, Nicholson. I was a resident of Washington Township for about 30 years. And it happens to be done on the property I grew up on. So it is a reflection on me when I came back to the town. So the fact that the chairman of the zoning board sidestepped all the rules, which he should be aware of what the rules are, and the fact that the construction official takes out a mortgage with the property owner, and this whole thing gets built and nobody says a word. I'd like to know, what are you guys going to do to address an issue like that?
We're gonna review all this information, I'm not gonna have a back and forth, I'm not gonna talk about employee issues right now, especially in the public forum, because it's very problematic and can get us in trouble, as far as from a legal standpoint. So look, I got everything that your brother provided, I haven't got a chance to review it, I don't know all the allegations. I know there was a zoning board meeting where you guys came out and talked about this, I wasn't there, but look, we will review the information. If you're making accusations, by all means, we'll take them and look into them.
Yeah, I don't